but we pay Google to show up on their website every time someone searches for car insurance or car insurance UAE or insurance for my car or compare car insurance. Google get paid every time a customer clicks on that ad, and they get paid by us. We might pay 200 dirhams for a customer to come through Google and buy a car insurance policy from us, and we might make 400 dirhams.
You'll always hear your tech team talk about the stack. What is the tech stack? Okay? This is what programming languages you use. Are you on the cloud? What's the database? And the first most important thing to remember is nobody cares. Yeah? Your customers don't care if you're using Ruby or Python or whatever.
The fact that we built all our tech in-house has been and is the reason why we've survived and a lot of our competitors have gone.
If you have to focus on two things for the next 5 years as a company, what would you like to vision for it?
Making more money and selling.
1.2 million unique customers. We get around 120,000 monthly site visits, 5 million monthly social impressions, and 352,000 people are following us across all of our social media accounts. So, how do we do this? Technically, we are a marketing and a tech business. We're a distribution platform. So who knows the difference between brand marketing and performance marketing? Because this is primarily how we divide our marketing costs and strategies. Brand marketing doesn't necessarily drive a sale into your business. So this could be a banner that you've seen on the roadside. Nobody's going to click on that banner on the roadside and buy something. It's just to position your brand so that people are familiar with it. Oh, that's Yallacompare, I know those guys. So that when they do come to buy, they remember you. Performance marketing is anything really with a call to action. So it might say buy now, shop now. That's performance marketing. So that directly drives sales. This one just reminds customers of your brand when they come to need you. So I've used this as an example because I'm sure you get so many ads like this, like I do on Facebook. Not for dresses, and I don't buy dresses, but usually for trainers or jeans or hoodies. I could buy them in January, I could buy them in February, I could buy them in March, which is why this marketing makes sense. With insurance, we've kind of got one opportunity in the year for our core products, which is health and car insurance, because there's only one anniversary date. You don't wake up tomorrow and go, I feel like some car insurance today. Nobody does that. You only buy it when you actually need it, when that date arrives. So we've got to be really, really clever and accurate with our marketing. Google is our best place to find these customers. This is because these people are what we call in-market. Those searching for car insurance have got a high intent of buying it, unless they're just searching for it for fun, which it's not a fun topic to search, so I don't know why you would. So what we do, but we pay Google to show up on their website every time someone searches for car insurance or car insurance UAE or insurance for my car or compare car insurance. Google get paid every time a customer clicks on that ad, and they get paid by us. But what we find here is where we manage to capture lots of customers with high intent, and they normally end up buying from us. So example, we might pay 200 dirhams for a customer to come through Google and buy a car insurance policy from us, and we might make 400 dirhams. So that kind of economically makes sense for us to do that. If we do it on Facebook, we end up spending 500-600 dirhams to get a sale, so we make a loss. So this is why this is our chosen method of acquiring traffic. So all that kind of stuff I've just spoken to you about is performance marketing, and it's based on very one-dimensionally economics. Is it profitable or is it not profitable? But I mentioned this other one that's really important as well, and this is brand marketing. And this is what differentiates us in the market from your friend's Policy Bazaar. So what we like to do, which is a little bit different to Policy Bazaar, is we like to be a little bit more fun and a little more humorous, because insurance can be quite boring. So we like to change it up and stand out a little bit and show our personality, which is what brand marketing is all about. So we kind of promote these memes or memes, or however you pronounce it, memes, yeah, on social media. We do some TikToks, we do some Twitter, and we do some funny videos as well. And this just helps us to stay memorable in customers' minds. The other thing as well is we don't have to spend lots of money on this. If you're creative and different, you naturally get these impressions and people remember you instead of spending thousands and thousands, which Policy Bazaar might do. Charlotte's really good at this. She writes topical things on her own LinkedIn, which kind of has a halo effect because people go, that's really interesting. Where does Charlotte work? She works at Yallacompare. Oh, I'll look into Yallacompare. So it's kind of got a really good, it has a good impact on the brand. I think Charlotte was going to talk to you a little bit more now about marketing.
Some other ways that we try get more attention as well is partnering with known influencers. So I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but Car Expert is a local influencer in the market. He works with car dealerships, things like that. So his audience would be very, very similar to ours. It would be predominantly males that are interested in cars. Nearly everyone in his audience will own a car, so they will need insurance. This post itself got 1,500 likes, and all of the comments were positive, which is really hard to get on social media.
My name's Derek. I'm the CTO of Yallacompare. I've been in software for more than 12 years. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we use technology to our advantage. The way I thought I'd go through this with you is by explaining our journey, how we chose the tech that we chose, why we made these decisions. Software. How do we use software to improve how we sell our products? Now, in our case, the problem that we were trying to solve is there was no aggregation in the UAE. We were the first ones to do it. This competition now, they've caught up. Some of them are at our level. But in the beginning, it was just us. What do you buy? What do you build? Now you've got to keep your budget in mind, and you've got to keep your team in mind when making this decision. You'll always hear your tech team talk about the stack. What is the tech stack? Okay? This is what programming languages you use. Are you on the cloud? What's the database? And the first most important thing to remember is nobody cares. Yeah? Your customers don't care if you're using Ruby or Python or whatever. What you need to think about is how do we get something built fast, robust, and you need to have the skills in your team already. So don't choose Python if all your team are Java developers. Now we need to decide how to launch. Do we deploy this on a cloud server or on-premise? Cloud is good for startups, early stage. It's fast, cheap, and you only need one person to set it all up. Big enterprises, you're going to be looking at on-premise. It's just more scalable, and it gives you more control over the physical hardware because you can have a room in your office with cameras and it's more secure. And again, don't go choose Microsoft Azure if your team know Google Cloud Platform. The next thing I've got is efficiency. We need to speed up. The tech team have become the bottleneck for the company. So what can we do? Automation. They're writing code and it's automatically going onto 50 different servers. We've got a load balancer in the middle and we've got 50 servers distributing our application. The devs don't have to manage this. Hardware. It's going to sound really silly, but by simply giving your developers bigger screens and maybe a faster laptop, you can double their productivity. Technical debt. The team. Find the strengths of each of them and move them in the direction that they're best in. Don't take a database guy and ask him to start making front-end code. He's going to look bad. He's going to fail his performance reviews. But if he was over here, he might excel like you've never seen before. The final thing is scalability. We've sorted everything else out. The dev team is running like clockwork. Now the business needs to scale. And you don't want to be in a situation where one sales agent gets you 100 sales, 2 is 200, 3 is 300 sales. It's too linear. You can't scale to 1 million customers with that sort of model. So you need to look towards tech. This is where the tech team can help out. Your tech team can make 1 to 100, 2 to 200. They can turn that into 1 to 100, 2 to 500, 3 to 3,000. Tech normally gets a bad reputation for automation because people think we want to fire people. And it's not like that. If we have 40 employees, I'm not automating to fire 25 of them. I'm automating so that when we triple our volume, I can keep the same 40 people. It's to help them. It's not to get rid of people. We don't need a business analyst anymore to input prices. Now we don't need 400 processors to do 4,000 policies. 400 processors could now do 50,000. So when we expand, we don't need to hire more people.
But in terms of our workforce and where we are across the countries, our main headquarters is Dubai, which is here. We do have another small office in Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi is located just an hour away from here. We have 2 offices based in Pakistan, and we have an office in Egypt as well. We did used to have an office based in India. We still do have a lot of remote workers based in India as well. So we're quite spread out. We have around 100 members of staff. If anyone does think, wow, I'd love to be a part of Yallacompare, where do I sign? Where are the opportunities? So in terms of how we would select that person, first of all, you would typically have a phone call interview with myself. We would then have a stage 2, which would be a psychometric assessment. So what that basically is, that's done remotely. So I would usually send you a link or a quiz to fill out, because for me, it's super, super important to make sure that you're the right fit culturally. I mean, yes, it's amazing if you come with loads of experience, knowledge, etc. That's just a bonus. But the main fundamentals that we do look for is to make sure that you're a right person, right fit for the team, because that's something that can't be taught. And it needs to be likewise the right thing for yourself. So we've got all that. We would then have a face-to-face interview, and that would usually be with the hiring manager. So if you were applying for a marketing role, that would be with the likes of Luke and Charlotte. If it was for tech, it would be with Derek. And call center, it would be with Saima.
Because customer service is the first thing we have to take care of. That's the reason when we talked about teams, the first team comes as customer service. We cannot do anything, no sales, no after sales, no profits, if customer service is not good. And we have one of the best customer service team here, to be honest. Even if you check around Yallacompare, the response time of our support team is less than 30 minutes. No matter what you have said, even if we might not have an answer for you in 30 minutes, but we'll make sure we update you with what's happening, where is your process actually stuck, what's the delay about, and how we are handling your complaint. It might be a refund I have to give you to make your service experience a bit better. It's fine, we're ready to do that, even if it goes from our own pocket. Okay, so this is, as a customer, what would be your journey if you are being Yallacompare's customer? You will visit the website. You will enter your details. It can be for health, life, travel, home, car insurance. So you compare the quote. Once the comparison is done with all the different insurance companies, you would do the payment for the one which you have selected. And then the policy, again, this goes to the after sales team. The policy is processed and issued. Your journey ends. Now, this whole journey can take less than 30 minutes for you if every document of yours is actually accurate and updated. You just need to visit us. We'll do all that checking for you from different various platforms and give you the price for all the different options on one page. Then you can just go ahead, decide and proceed. So the customer can just visit Yallacompare. Yallacompare does all the hard work with insurance and comes back and give you all the options to proceed with. So it saves you time, it's hassle-free, plus it's right there and you can get the quote less than 30 seconds there on the screen.
So what I thought I would do is just open it up for questions. So you can literally ask me anything you want to ask.
Why did you start Yallacompare in the first place?
I actually didn't start it. So it was actually founded by 2 other guys, John and Saima, who are now on our board. I came in when we launched insurance, because that's my thing. It was founded really to close a gap in the market. So at that time in the UAE, we started looking at banking comparisons, so credit cards, loans, all those kind of things. At that time in the UAE, you just couldn't get any information. So there was they identified a clear problem in the market and they solved it. So insurance came later when you couldn't buy insurance online, and now you can. So that was us as well.
If I may ask,
Please.
The company has been in existence for quite long, and you've raised, I think, multiple rounds of funding. And I think the last round of funding was back in 2020, in an era where startups kind of need the constant refueling. How have you managed for Yallacompare to run on that?
We're not extremely profitable. We're just getting close to break even. So what we've really, specifically over the last year since I took over, we've changed the focus of it. Initially, it was kind of top line growth at all costs. And really, all costs is great until you hit a cash crunch and you've got no money. So you can't keep going like that forever. So we've really now tried to focus on profitability. The fact that we built all our tech in-house has been and is the reason why we've survived and a lot of our competitors have gone. So the likes of Sukomal, Akid don't exist anymore, all right? And that, I think a lot of that was because they paid someone else to build their tech. And when you do that, you might get a really good product, but it's then completely inflexible. So if you want to change it, and I promise you, if any of you ever start tech companies, maybe you have already, the first thing you build will be wrong. And it won't be wrong because you didn't do your research. It'll be wrong because until you're there running, you don't know what the screen should do, how customers are going to interact with it.
My question is, what is the challenge that you foresee for Yalla?
Well, yeah, it depends which day it is. There are different challenges every day. I think that the next real challenge is now that funding's kind of locked down. So now the money is there. Now we've got to figure out how we generate that next growth. I'm pretty clear how it's going to be. It's going to be mostly in this B2B2C business, so partnerships with Noon and lots of others are coming. But now we've got to execute on it.
If you have to focus on two things for the next 5 years as a company, what would you like to vision for it?
Making more money and selling. Any other questions? I know you guys are already running behind.
I think we've run down
everything
from the beginning of Yallacompare to the vision, to funding, to the marketing, to the tech stack, to the customer support, to the hiring, recruitment. I think it's been a very, very, very comprehensive experience for us.
Well, if you do think of any more questions after you've gone, feel free to email them. It's just jonathan@yallacompare.com. And if you email support@yallacompare.com, you get a response within 1 hour always, right? All right, guys. Well, I'll leave you. So thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your, what is it? Is it like a week-long exercise? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Started last Sunday.
Okay.
On Thursday we'll be meeting a number of corporates.
Okay. Where are you going next?
Mall of the Emirates, Sheraton.
Okay.
So we'll be meeting the hospitality team over there, understanding the hospitality business.
That's pretty cool. Cool. All right. I'll let you guys go. Thank you.